That's what I was afraid of. Hey guys, welcome back to LJ Woodworks. Here we are in the drying bin, looking for something to turn. You guys have seen this bin in other videos, and here's that that one that didn't survive. That one didn't survive. Came off to the side. This one, I think you can see how much it warped. So here we are mounted up on the lathe, and you can see how just how badly it did warp. So we're going to go ahead and get that flattened back off. Now here you can probably tell by the sound the gouge is making, the way it's skipping, that this whole thing is warped. So we're just going to go ahead and get it back to shape. So now that we got the basic shape reestablished, we're going to use our asymmetric scraper to get it all smoothed out. Feels pretty good to me. So I was fully expecting this bowl to warp quite significantly, which is why I left it so thick. So here you're seeing the 3/8 bowl gouge. Which I'm going to stop using shortly because it is not a thick enough bowl gouge to reach all the way to the bottom without getting vibration. Too far for that little guy. So now I've switched out to the 1/2-inch bowl gouge, which should have no problems getting to the bottom of this bowl. Now here you'll probably notice I start bumping the camera a little bit, so we'll move you guys up a little bit shortly. We're going to take this down thinner. Now we're back to our scraper to get everything smoothed back out in preparation for sanding. scraper's gonna have to get the rest. Now you guys have probably seen this trick when you've been sanding a board in the past, but it works on the lathe too. So here we're going to start with the 80 grit and go all the way up to 400. I'm going to fast forward through most of it because sanding is boring. It's up there 400 on the inside. Alright, time to swap over to the cold jaws so we can get the bottom taken care of. I'm using the dividers here just to mark for the dovetail jaws. Go ahead and start taking that down. That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. I thought I'd shown the camera the results of that accident there, but this was it. Just a little bit on the bottom. So I often use that Easy Wood tool to mark the base because the dovetail jaws fit in perfectly when I use that. With Easy Wood tools, though, they do like speed. And with the cold jaws, you cannot go fast enough to really use them effectively. So to try to compensate for the lack of speed, I obviously pushed a little too hard and it flew off the lathe. Here I'm just putting some decorative bits on the bottom. Every bowl I've ever handed the wife, one of the first things she does is flips it over and looks at the bottom. I don't know why. My chuck has the dovetail jaws, so that's what I'm doing here, is just cutting in the dovetail. Now I'm using the skew as a negative rake scraper just to clean up that bottom edge. Now here I'm going to use the wood shavings that came off the bowl to burnish the bowl. It's a neat little trick, and you'll probably see it here get shinier and shinier as we go. Sanding sealer. I wasn't sure if this was going to show up on video, But this bowl's got a little bit of curly grain to it. And we'll let that dry. Now this is 4/0 steel wool, just to smooth out any sanding sealer. Then we're going to start hitting it with the gloss lacquer. I do 4 coats of the lacquer and hit it with the 4/0 steel wool in between each coat. Next up, we're going to hit it with the Yorkshire abrasive paste. You wipe this stuff on, spin it up to about 800 RPM, wipe it off, then take it up to about 1400 and buff it. Hey, thanks for watching my video. We got some glamour shots coming up here at the end.